A lot has been made about how bad WWE theme songs are at the minute, a pivotal part of a character's presentation, something that draws you to a certain superstar if the theme is good enough. But nowadays, generic, lackluster, boring, they're the words that get used to describe most WWE themes. And there's one reason for that. Def Rebel. They haven't been great. So today, we're going to look at every single theme song that currently gets used in WWE and see how bad they really are. Welcome back to 118 Wrestling. If you haven't already, please go down below, hit like and subscribe. Welcome to the adventure, the journey that is this new beginning on the channel. Today we have another tier list for the tier list series. I'm not going to lie to you, we'll probably do tier lists every week. Why? Because they're fun. I love a tier list, you love a tier list. Don't complain if it gets boring, I'll never be bored. So as I said in the intro to today's video, today's tier list is going to be surrounding every theme that's currently used in WWE. We're going to rank them from best to worst, and we're going to have a look to see how many bad ones there really is, because we all know that right now there is a problem with theme songs in the company. Def Rebel have sucked the life out of theme songs. Far too many generic, bland themes that you could give to anybody, and they don't do anything to enhance a character. We even seen Seth Rollins at the Royal Rumble this year confused at every entrant because he didn't know whose song it was. They all sound the same. They're all similar. They're all generic. So, this is going to be a long one today. There's a lot of theme songs to go through, so strap yourselves in. If I feel like I need to maybe split it into two parts, then I might do that. But we're going to try and get through it in one. Shall we open the tier list? So here it is, and as always, the theme songs in no particular order. I have tried to include everybody who regularly appears on WWE TV at the current minute. Obviously, a couple of people who are exceptions from that rule. For example, you'll see John Cena's theme floating around in here. There he is. There's John. He doesn't regularly appear, but he's still a part of the active roster, technically. He's listed on the active website. So there is a couple of people who probably shouldn't be in here but are anyway, and we're going to see very few Jim Johnson themes left, very few CFOS themes left, mostly Def Rebel numbers in here. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. We're going to organise it between banger and shit. Yep, that's the columns. And there's also some in here that I've not really had the chance to hear that much. Some people who aren't featured on TV all that often. So we're going to try and use every column, or every row I should say, as much as possible. Shall we just get into things? And very quickly, this is not including NXT superstars. We're leaving NXT out at the moment, and we might do an NXT theme tier list at some point, but their themes are even more generic, they're even worse, and most people who come from NXT to the main roster get a new theme song anyway. They usually get repackaged in some way. So yeah, let's just stop wasting time. Let's do this. So we're starting with one I actually quite like, and it is a Def Rebel number, Pretty Deadly, on and on. I would actually put that in It's Good. Why? Because it suits the character, it's catchy, it's one of the ones where Def Rebel have actually done a good job. And you'll notice a trend throughout this video. Usually people with gimmicks, they get good themes with, kind of distinct gimmicks, just like Pretty Deadly, who are these two flamboyant sort of English tag team partners. It works, and they have a good song that fits them for that reason. We're going to just try and batter through these. This is a banger. Bianca's is a banger, and it's, I believe, one of the ones that are still made by CFOS, however you say it. But always a catchy one. Always love it when Asuka and Kairi Sane are dancing along to it as well. Just Miz as well. Miz has got a Downstate one. His is one of the couple in the WWE still left made by Downstate. And I've always loved Miz's theme. If anything, I actually prefer it to Bianca's. Miz's has always been a banger. Always will be. Baron Corbin, Burn the Ships, his newer theme song, not as good as his Jim Johnson theme that he had, End of Days. I like it. I would probably say it's better than Mid, because it's actually, it's got substance to it, it's got lyrics, it's got something that's different from the generic numbers. I would say it's good. I feel like they're being very generous to start us off, because I feel like this is another one which is good, and I would actually put this to the top of It's Good so far. Bobby Lashley's, I like his. I think it was actually better than the one that he had by CFOS. And when he first got this new theme, I didn't think that at all, but it suits him well. It gives him a bit of aura when he comes out. Fair play, Death Rebel. You're off to a decent start. The 3 Death Rebel themes that we've had so far have all somehow found their way into it's good. I find all of these better than mid. So they're off to a flyer. And that continues with Chelsea as well. I really like Chelsea Green's theme. I think hers is good. I think once again it suits her. It's got a very distinct feel to her character, which is something they just don't do enough. This is making Death Rebel look a lot better than they are so far. But I really like Chelsea Green's theme. I'm a hot mess, so... I mean, it suits them because at the end of the day, they're Vikings, for God's sake. So it's not like they're going to have... EDM or anything like that, you know what I mean? It's mid. I feel like Jim Johnson would. Do you know what? Actually, bad, but not as bad as shit, because it is quite boring. The opening horn is quite cool, and then it's just a bit. It's a bit. Jim Johnson would have made a far better theme for them. This is the first one we've got that I've never heard. Isla Dawns. Let's get the headphones on, lads. That's why I've got them round my neck. This is shit. Technically, I should be putting it in this. This is why... I've also made this tier list so you guys can go and use it. I will have the link, as always, to the description below. So just in case you've never heard it, you want to put it somewhere. But now that I have heard the opening 30 seconds of it, it's shit. What a... Effort, lads. Effort. Death Rebel. Well done. Well done. You've got a banger in you. You have got a couple of bangers in you. It's the first Death Rebel banger. LA Knights. Suits him well. Does the... Is it a banger or is it good? Banger or good? Banger or good? It's a banger. Do you know what? I love it. And hearing it live is always great. I've seen LA Knight a couple of times now, a few times. And I love it every time. So do you know what? Well done. Make your way in. Nia Jax goes straight into mid. It's just a rip-off of her last theme, but a Death Rebel version of it. There's only one name. Remember it was I'm not like most girls. Just the same fucking song. Right, Death Rebel, well done. That can go. That's one of the best themes in the company. And Death Rebel can produce songs for the stars, it feels like. We'll come on to Roman. We'll come on to Seth. Rhea's is up there. It's one of the absolute best in the entire company. Hands down, easy. I'll give them their flowers where it's due. This is shit. One of the ones that has the signature name shouted at the start of the theme, just so you know who it is, because the theme's too generic to figure it out without them shouting Zelina at the start. Pish. I'll put this in here. Bad, but not as bad as shit. It's definitely not as bad as these two, but they didn't need to change Karrion Kross's theme. This new Final Testament version just doesn't do it for me. Doesn't. And I think Death Rebel made his original theme, if I'm right. I'm not sure. It could have been CFOS. I'm not sure. But this one doesn't do it. Andrade's is bad. I think I would put it up the top of bad. It's not quite shit. It's okay. Once again, it suits this new sort of gimmick that he's got going. But it's a bit of a letdown for somebody who was such a big acquisition to be given. Once again, he's got the El Idolo at the start or whatever, and then it just goes into this generic beat. It's not as bad as these two, though. Absolutely not. Another one, another stinker. I'll put it there. I'll put it above the Final Testaments. Our old theme, our NXT theme, was so much better than when it was done by CFOS. This one, it doesn't help it at all because you hear how quiet the crowd can be when there's no reaction. There's no aura in this theme. Shayna Baszler's someone who should have aura, considering the monster that she was once meant to be. And this new theme doesn't help her building back to being a monster. It's just so lackluster. It's so quiet. I don't like it. I feel like this one is one that will kind of divide opinion. Shotzi's, because if you like that sort of music, you probably think this is a good theme. You know, that kind of music. I'll put it in mid because at least it's got a bit of personality to it compared to a lot of the other themes we have nowadays. I actually really like this theme, Legacy of the Ghost, Santos Escobar. I actually really, really do like it. I would put it into it's good. I know it's not the most. You know, it's not out there. It's not like, you know, it blasts through arenas, but I really like it. And I love it when people are chanting Legado. Not that happens nowadays, but when they used to chant Legado through it, I'm putting it. It's a good theme. I like it. Gunther's theme, I hated it at first because they stripped him of the Symphony number 9, which should never have been done because it was perfect, but I guess for changing him from Walter to Gunther, they gave him a little bit of a facelift, a little bit of a makeover, and that included a new theme, which has grown on me massively. I wouldn't put it in banger because it's just never going to be as good as Symphony number 9 or number 12, whatever number of Symphony it is. They're all the fucking same. Yeah, it's good. It's grown on me a lot, and it suits him well. Time to find Ivy Niles' theme. Woohoo. It's shit! Ivy Niles is shit as well. Probably better than the other two. But once again, just so generic. Like, you could hand that to anybody. It doesn't signal that Ivy Niles is coming to the ring at all. Let's batter through some. Jade Cargill's is good. I like Jade Cargill's theme. I would probably put it up like here. I do really like hers. It's obviously kind of similar to the AEW theme, which is good. I also quite like the OCs, but I'm going to put it in mid. Because, and that probably, see if you're giving that to anybody else that wasn't the modern day Gallows and Anderson, it'd probably be a lot more memorable and such. But it's still a good theme. It's just a shame that we never really get to hear it, and that Gallows and Anderson are barely on TV and quite old and boring nowadays. I have no idea what Kiana... This goes straight into never... I've never heard Kiana James' theme. And I do watch NXT from time to time. I feel like every time she's been on NXT, I've probably skipped her entrance. Is it on Spotify? Jesus Christ. You'd think they'd at least try sometimes. That's pish. That's terrible. Here's another one I need to go and look up. Nikki Cross. What is she rocking with nowadays? She's not been in telly for about 2 years. Oh, I recognise this for 2K menus now. It's like a rip-off of the Sanity theme. Oh, that's the worst one yet. That's terrible. Ugh, terrible, 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 terrible. Here's one we know and love, Sammy. Get up there, Sammy. Easy. AJ Styles' new theme. I think it's pretty mid. I think it's not terrible, but it's not good either. And I was there when they debuted the theme at WrestleMania 40, and I looked to my mate Scott and I said, it's not terrible, but it's not what you were kind of hoping for at the same time. So it's perfectly summed up by mid. I can't even think of what this is. Never heard it. Let's go and see. Oh yes, of course. Yep, I can hear it now every time he comes out to job. Yeah. I'll put it in there. Almost. Mid. This is shit. This is one of the worst. New Catch Republic. We know who you are. We know. Just give them a better theme, please. This is the worst theme in the company. I hate it. I despise it. Have you seen that they've just copied the guitar riff as well from Tyler Bates' old theme? How lazy can you possibly be? That is so bad. The theme is terrible. They actually had an okay theme, and then they gave them one that is, I think it's the worst in the entire company. I'm not exaggerating. Hate it. Yep, let's get it up there. It's one of the best. But Def Rebel, why can you not produce more like this? Why? How did you just splooge the whole budget on Roman's theme? I need to know. But it's up near the top end. It's one of the best in the company. This is just a kind of mid version of Gunther's theme, isn't it? It's very, very similar. It's not bad though, but it's just literally like the same theme. So I'll put it above the OCs. Big E's. I don't like Big E's. I don't at all. And I've said that to a few people. I don't like it. I don't think it's terrible. But I don't like it. Obviously, Wally featured on the track. It's gone into mid. Bailey's. I think Bailey's is shit. Not as bad as shit though. Like, I would put it probably up here. And then obviously they added that stupid role model. Like we needed that. No. I think it's a boring generic theme that once again doesn't separate Bailey from being another generic female wrestler. She's one of the top women. She should have a theme that splits off of the crowd. She doesn't. I think it's bad. I do. Move out the way, Roman. Move out the way. Jim Johnson, Jimmy Boy, goes to the top right now. One of the best themes ever, in my opinion, written in my face. It is amazing. And I'm so happy it's back. I'm so glad it's back. Get right up there. Banger after banger after banger. Carlito's new theme is mid. I think it's probably better than a few. I would put it like here. Big E's, I'll be generous to Big E's. We'll move him up a bit, but it's mid. It's not the old theme, is it? I'm not a massive fan of this theme, but I would say it's good. Yeah, it's good. It's because it's better than these, but I'm not a huge fan. It's not like I go mad when it comes on. It's just that I can admit it's a good theme. Charlotte's theme has just always been It's good, isn't it? It does the job, and I know that she's got that new version with the bow down, all hail the queen. You know, that sounded weird. I hope I never need to listen back to that again. But I actually, do you know what? Controversially, I actually prefer this version to our original. I prefer this to Recognition. That might be controversial, but I do. I would put up the top end of it's good. Mid. I'm not a huge fan of this version of Balor's theme. I miss the original. I miss his old theme so much. This new one doesn't hit for me. I don't think it's bad either, though. I really don't. I think it's solid. For a heel version of Balor, it works well. So that's why I give them that benefit of the doubt. But it's mid to me. Oh, it's a banger. It's up there. I'm putting it there. I love Grayson Waller's theme. I think that's one of Def Rebel's best as well. I love it. I think it's a great theme. It really suits him. He looks and feels great coming out to it. I really love his theme. Play it loud for me. Thank you very much. Another one that's just brilliant, I think, is Ilya's theme. I love Ilya's theme. I would put it up. I'd put it up here in the list, I think. I just love it. Wave the hands, please. God, there's still so many to go. Let's get a move on. It's mid. I would say it's mid because it suits them. I'm gonna put it there for Katana Chance and Caden Carter. Chad Gable's theme. I actually like their theme, and it suits them. I'm suspecting Chad Gable's gonna get a theme change soon, but I actually don't mind Shush. I think it's good. Blair Davenport's. I can't even think off the top of my head how it goes. I need to go and look. Let's see. Another. What the? It's just generic as shit, isn't it? Natalia's had that theme for a long time. She's got one of the few Jim Johnson themes left. But I think it's pretty mid. I've never been a huge fan of it. And I'm not going to give it, bias because it's been around for a long time. It's just a mid theme. It's just Bret Hart's remix, isn't it? So I'm going to put it right in the middle there. It's pretty mid to me. It's not bad, but it's not great either because it's Bret Hart's but remixed. Liv Morgan's is decent. I don't mind Liv Morgan's. I'll probably put it up there. I actually quite like Piper Nivens. You know that? I think she's got a decent theme, but at the same time, it is quite. You could put it on anybody because it's quite a generic sounding thing. It's mid. I'm gonna put it like here, Piper Nivens. Apollo's is shit. How shit do I think it is? Is it better than all of these? Is it better than all of these themes? Probably. I'll put him like number 2 and shit. Doesn't really matter if you're shit, you're shit. It doesn't matter what order this is in. LWO's is pretty mid. I'd probably put it above Carlito's though. Because at least it's catchy. So is Carlito's. It's got below Carlito's. Changed my mind. The next two for me are good themes. Io Skies is a banger. I would put it like up here, Tokyo Shock. I really like hers, and Zoe Starks is a banger. Quietly is a banger. Hers is really, really good. One of the reasons I think I gravitate towards Zoe Starks so much because she's actually got a theme song that makes you gravitate towards her. I'd probably put hers up in the banger category, to be quite honest. It's there. I think I'm being generous to a lot of people. Like Kiana James is terrible. For example, she could be at the bottom, but DIYs, we are terrible, absolutely terrible. Dom's is good. Dom's is solid. Dom probably goes like up near the top for me in the good column. I don't think it's a banger. Maybe over time it will grow to being a banger for me, but I really like Dom's theme. Austin Theory's new theme. What was the point? They took a theme that was perfectly okay and acceptable, and in my opinion, they made it mid. I think they ruined it. They did not need to change it. It's the same theme, but it just sounds worse, and it's not like it's a heel version. The original was the heel version. Why? Why did you do that? Why did you make his theme mid? I think this is in here. It's pretty shit. Not Baron Corbin, Braun Strowman's. I probably put it like there. I prefer his original. Maybe I'm being harsh. Maybe you like this theme. I don't. I can't think of Meechin's theme off the top of my head. And do you know what? I've put myself through enough misery. I don't know. I better listen to it. I recognise it now. It's up here somewhere. It's pretty shit. I would say it's better than a few of these, to be fair. There we go, that'll do. I don't know what I think of Tiffany Stratton's new theme. I know she wanted it changed. There was that report coming out saying she wanted a new theme, but I think it's pretty bad. I'd probably put it up here. I want to see you drop. Drop. Okay. Cool. Drop Dead. I wish, listening to that. Street Profits have had this theme for a while now, and it's good. Remember they changed it to the heel version. They had it for about 3 weeks. Is it banger material? Do you know what? It maybe is. It maybe is banger material, by the way, because it's always suited them really, really well. CFOS, once again, well done. Cedric's never heard it. I don't intend to listen to it because I'm probably never going to hear it again anyway, so it's staying in there. I'm being stubborn here. I'm not listening to it. Drew's is good. It's not a banger. It's good. Why is it not a banger? Because it's not Broken Dreams. It's as simple as give him it back. Move. I actually really like Dijak's theme. You know that? I actually really do. I think it's good. One of the better generic ones. I would put it in good, and I'd probably put it like, do you know what? I'll put it down the bottom end of it's good. Don't ratio me, please. Raquel Rodriguez. I hate her theme. You know that? I hate it. I hate it every time it comes on. I hate it. I just despise it. I think people might quite like hers. I hate it. Get it off. When he's rapping to it, it's up there, isn't it? It's, yeah. Do you know what? Let's be generous to our truth. Let's be generous to him. But there we go. He can go in there because when he's rapping along to it, it's unique. Not many wrestlers sing themselves out to the ring. God bless him. Lyra's is mid, really mid. I don't have any strong feelings towards it on either side of the spectrum, good or bad. So it's gone right at the bottom of mid. Time to listen. I should know this, considering Kaylee Ray is a legend in the Scottish scene. Her theme's better than her pals. Wait, is it the same one? No, it's different. It is different. Hers is better. Hers is definitely better than Isla Dawn's, but I would say it's not great. It's very generic, so it's definitely better than Raquel's, though. I hear thoughts in my head, they come to me. I prefer Written in My Face. I do. Yeah. Sue me. I do. Ricochet's, yeah, mid. I miss his old theme. You know, I do. I put it up here in mid. I miss his old theme. I really, really do. It was so much better. You could argue it's generic, but I quite like it. I'm putting it in here. I like Dakota Kai's theme. At the bottom of it's good, but every time it comes on, every time she enters, I really like it. Alexa Bliss, I hate that new one. I would put it at the top end, but her old theme was just so much better back when she was, you know, on top of the world women's champion, all the rest of it, and now we've not seen her in ages, but I don't like her new theme. John's, get up there, well done, John. Rey Mysterio is another one that, do you know what? I've never thought Rey's as a banger. I miss his old theme, his old, you know, the rap and all that, and you know the one I'm talking about, like the mid 2000s. I miss that version. That version's banger. This version's good. John Cena's in banger though, definitely. Asuka's new theme isn't bad. It is just a carbon copy of her old theme, but I still like the new one. I do. I quite like it. I'd probably put it like here. I think it's good. I don't think it's one of the ones that's a clear rip-off that's actually turned out bad. I think it's actually turned out arguably better than the original, but I think the original probably just takes the edge. People have got sick of Becky's, but it is a banger. I'll put it at the top end, of the bottom end of banger though, because I can understand why people are maybe a bit tired of it, because, you know, it became very tiresome. Nakamura's will always be a banger, no matter where he is in the card, no matter how he's doing, it'll always be one of the best themes. I would probably put it like here, Nakamura's. We all know it is, and just because he's not what he used to be doesn't mean the theme isn't any better or worse off or whatnot. It'll always be one of the best themes produced by CFOS. Adrenaline in my soul, something jumping Cody Rhodes. Put that at number 2. What a theme! What a fucking theme! We've all learned the lyrics to Kingdom, buddy. We're down to the last row. Who's this? Dragon Lee. Mid. Nah, I'm moving it down. It's bad, but not as bad as shit. They massacred my boy. They massacred him. What is the new theme? One of the fact that we're talking about one of the guys that will be a future face of the company with a theme song in this category is absolutely shocking behaviour. But that is what they have done to my boy. Why? I love Kevin's theme. It just suits him so well. Like, it's not even anything that special, but it suits him so well, and it's always been great from the minute he debuted to where we are right now. I know it went through a slight alteration, just a brilliant theme. And you know Kevin Owens is entering, you know who it is, it's him. And it's always done that for him. Yes. Where are you, punk? Thank you. That'll do it. Enough said. Yep. I know we shouldn't really be doing Triple H. But we're putting them in anyway. I'd prefer Cult of Personality personally though, so he's gone at number 2 for me. Thank you. The fact they have to spell her name out at the start of this theme pisses me off. We know how to spell Naomi. It's 5 letters. Give us a fucking peace. Don't treat us like morons. Don't patronise us. Our old theme was better. It's bad, but not as bad as shit. Logan Paul, his theme has grown on me a lot because I used to think it was generic and terrible. Now I would do it the pleasure of saying it's mid. But I feel like the level and the status of Logan Paul, not Jake Paul, Logan Paul deserves a theme better than that. You know what I mean? I actually thought that he would pay for his own theme, like the rights to a song to use, rather than something by Def Rebel that's generic and bland. But it's grown on me. It's not terrible. I enjoyed hearing it at WrestleMania, so. Pish. Generic. Probably one of the better ones, though. I say one of the better ones, and I'm putting it in shit. It is shit. Right, let's back. I actually really like Solo Sikoa's theme. I always have. Where would I put it in terms of these? Probably like here. I like Solo Sikoa's theme. I wonder if he'll have it for long though, because I don't really think it suits this new character he's going for. Seth Rollins, banger. Wearing banger. Oh, good question. I love Seth Rollins' theme. Sing my song, all that jazz. I'd probably put it like here, I think. I like Visionary. Took me a while. But when the crowd started singing it, Damage Control's mid. Probably like here. Damage Control's theme, I would say. The new kind of Japanese version is what we're trying to think of. It's still pretty mid for me. It was mid anyway in the first place. Bronson Reed, I like Bronson's. I think it's good. It's just a bit quiet at the start, which I don't think helps him because he doesn't really gather a huge crowd reaction. So maybe if they kind of oomphed up the start a bit would help it a lot. But I would definitely say it's good. I like Bronson Reed's theme. Jey Uso has got a banger, undoubtedly. Where in the list of bangers would I put it? Probably like here, I think. And I think that Jimmy's is a banger as well. I think Jimmy's is an absolute banger. I think his is quite high. I would put his like... I'd put his above Bianca's personally. Born the King. I love it. I think it's great. If anything, when they first came out, I preferred his to Jay's. But we all know that the Entrance Merchant deserves a high ranking here. Shit. It's shit. I'll put it there. No, I'll do you know what? I'm moving it down. I'll put it like here. It's shit. New Days, it's always been good. Nothing amazing, nothing spectacular, but it's definitely good and it's always suited them, etc. So just miss Biggie at the start of it, you know, with the shouting. Priest's new one, I can't make my mind up on. I think it's pretty mid. I go between loving it and hating it, and then finally to finish us off, we've got Tegan Knox, who I'm just going to put in here because I can't be bothered listening to it. There you go. There is my list. So there is, from everything mid down, you can count how many I don't think fit the bill for superstars. There is a lot of good ones, but let's go through, because one is Living Colour, one is Motorhead and Jim Johnston, one's John Cena, one is Downstate, one is Jim Johnston, Rev Theory and Jim Johnston, Def Rebel, CFOS, basically CFOS, but technically Def Rebel, CFOS, Downstate, Def Rebel, CFOS, Def Rebel, CFOS, Def Rebel, CFOS and CFOS. So you can do the math. I'm done here. There's my list ranking. This has been long. This is 40 minutes. Let me know what you think. I'll see you next time.